What if your umbrella wasn't just for rain, but a symbol of power and rebellion? Or those high heels? They weren't always about fashion. And the teddy bear? Its story might warm your heart in ways you never imagined. They're the everyday objects we use, gift, and celebrate with. But behind their ordinary appearances lie extraordinary stories. Tales of innovation, chance, and sometimes pure accident. Welcome to World Decoded, where we uncover the hidden stories behind the ordinary. Today, we'll unravel the shocking histories of items you thought you knew. Objects you see or use all the time, but have origins that might just blow your mind. Stick around, because after this, you'll never look at these things the same way again. The umbrella, a royal symbol of power and rebellion. The umbrella's story begins not with rain, but with the blazing sun of ancient Egypt. These early umbrellas, crafted from palm leaves and feathers, were symbols of divinity and power, reserved exclusively for pharaohs and the elite. In other ancient cultures, such as China and India, umbrellas carried similar connotations, often signifying status and protection granted by the gods. It wasn't until centuries later, in 18th century England, that umbrellas became a tool for shielding against rain, but not without controversy. At that time, carrying an umbrella in public was deemed unmanly, and its association with women's fashion made it a target of mockery. Enter Jonas Hanway, an eccentric Englishman who defied societal norms by proudly using an umbrella during rainy walks. He endured public ridicule, but his persistence gradually normalized its use for both men and women. The umbrella's evolution from a status symbol to a practical accessory for the masses reflects humanity's ability to adapt and challenge conventions. The teddy bear, a gentle reminder of kindness. In 1902, President Theodore Roosevelt embarked on a hunting trip in Mississippi, a pastime common among the elite of the time. During the hunt, his aides captured a bear and tied it to a tree, presenting it to the president as an easy target. However, Roosevelt refused to shoot the defenseless creature, declaring it unsportsmanlike. This moment of compassion was immortalized in a political cartoon by Clifford Berryman, depicting the president sparing the bear's life. The cartoon caught the attention of Morris Mictum, a Brooklyn shop owner, who decided to create a stuffed toy bear in honor of Roosevelt's act. He called it Teddy's Bear, and it quickly captured the hearts of children and adults alike. Within weeks, the teddy bear became a nationwide sensation, eventually spreading globally. Beyond its soft, cuddly exterior, the teddy bear is a timeless symbol of compassion, childhood innocence, and the enduring impact of small acts of kindness on popular culture. Wristwatches. From trenches to trend, the wristwatch, now a fashionable and functional accessory, originated as a practical solution for soldiers during World War I. Before this, pocket watches dominated timekeeping, but they were inconvenient in battle. Soldiers began strapping their pocket watches to their wrists for easy access, leading manufacturers to design purpose-built wristwatches. Initially seen as unmanly, wristwatches were considered women's accessories. Their utility during wartime changed perceptions. After the war, wristwatches became a symbol of modernity and precision, gaining popularity among civilians. Iconic brands like Rolex and Omega pushed innovations, such as waterproofing and chronograph functionality, transforming wristwatches into symbols of status and style. Today, they range from luxury timepieces to smartwatches with advanced capabilities. The wristwatch's evolution from a battlefield necessity to a cultural icon reflects humanity's ingenuity in blending utility with elegance. High heels, a symbol of power and transformation. High heels, now synonymous with fashion and femininity, began as a practical tool for men. In the 10th century, Persian soldiers wore heeled shoes to secure their feet in stirrups while riding horses. When Persian emissaries brought this style to Europe in the 17th century, high heels quickly became a status symbol among the elite. King Louis XIV of France famously wore red-heeled shoes to assert his royal authority. By the 18th century, however, high heels transitioned from male to female fashion. Women adopted them to appear taller and to emulate the aristocracy. The Industrial Revolution made high heels more accessible, and they became an essential part of women's wardrobes. Today, high heels carry complex meanings, representing power, confidence, and style while also sparking debates about gender, fashion, and comfort. Their history is a testament to how objects can transcend their origins and acquire new and layered identities. The fork, a scandalous utensil's rise to elegance. The fork's history is a story of scandal, rejection, and eventual triumph. Originating in the Byzantine Empire, forks were introduced to Europe in the 11th century when a Byzantine princess married into Italian royalty. However, their use sparked outrage among religious leaders, who viewed them as unnecessary vanity and even sinful. Why use a fork when God gave humans fingers, they argued. Despite the backlash, the fork slowly gained acceptance among Italian aristocracy, who appreciated its practicality and sophistication. By the 16th century, Catherine de' Medici brought the fork to France, where it began to influence dining etiquette. It wasn't until the 17th century, however, that forks became common in England and later throughout Europe, symbolizing refinement and progress. Today, the fork is a dining essential, but its rise to prominence reminds us of how societal norms can evolve and how objects once seen as controversial can become indispensable tools of everyday life. Toilet paper, a luxurious necessity, turned essential. Toilet paper may seem like a modern convenience, but its history stretches back thousands of years. In ancient civilizations like China, people used various materials for hygiene, including silk, wool, and even hemp paper for the wealthy. In contrast, the less fortunate resorted to leaves, stones, or even corn cobs. It wasn't until the 14th century that recorded use of specialized paper for hygiene appeared in China, but it was reserved for royalty. The Western world, however, lagged behind. In 1857, Joseph Gaiety introduced commercially available toilet paper in the U.S., marketed as medicated paper for the water closet. Initially considered a luxury, toilet paper was slow to gain traction, as people were hesitant to spend money on something so disposable. With the advent of indoor plumbing in the 20th century, however, toilet paper became indispensable, evolving from a status symbol to a universal necessity. Its journey reflects both societal development and our pursuit of comfort in everyday life. Lipstick, a bold statement through the ages. Lipstick's colorful history dates back to ancient Mesopotamia, where women crushed gemstones to create vibrant lip paints. In ancient Egypt, Cleopatra famously used crushed beetles and ants to achieve her iconic red lips, associating bold makeup with power and allure. However, lipstick's journey was far from smooth. In medieval Europe, the church condemned lipstick as sinful, equating it with witchcraft. By the 16th century, Queen Elizabeth I popularized bright red lips, framing them as a sign of beauty and status. Later in the 20th century, lipstick became a symbol of female empowerment, especially during the suffragette movement, when women wore red lipstick as a sign of defiance. Today, lipstick is a staple of self-expression, transcending cultural and gender boundaries. Its history reflects societal attitudes toward beauty, power, and individuality, making it much more than just a cosmetic. Who knew the simple things we use every day could carry such fascinating legacies? From royal symbols to rebellious fashion statements, these objects remind us that even the mundane can have extraordinary stories behind them. Which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey through time and culture, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to World Decoded for more captivating stories about the world around us. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the untold stories of our world.